That's where we're going to put it back on. We're going to tighten the screw. And what you're going to see is that really I'm not too far off from where I was. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see there's just a little space there.
Where are we looking at?
We're looking at that stop, how much space is between that.
Gotcha.
And we did it because it's hard to get in there with that. So we only have a couple millimeters, and you can see here how it's hitting in the back. Okay. Now you remember, all we want is our buckle cuss tips to hit. We want lines in the front, and we want the buckle cuss tips to hit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this, and we're going to do that by heating that up. So we're going to take a little torch, like such. Can you see okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do is we're going to flame this. And I'm just going to flame this lightly. I'm not going to hold the heat right on it. I know it's in the back first, so I'm going to flame it a little bit there more. I'm just going to keep flaming it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to squeeze it. Okay? And it's not touching yet. Okay? Squeeze it some more.
It does make the indentation.
Okay, and we're going to keep squeezing it. We're going to heat it up. I'm going to squeeze it some more. Okay. And again, squeeze it together. Not quite there yet. You can start to see the indentations.
Yeah.
And you can see when I heat it how the indentations kind of go away. You see how that filled up?
Mm-hmm.
Close this, squeeze it until my pen is touching. Okay?
Boom.
We're going to hit just a little bit more just for a second. Verify we've got it closed all the way and our pen is touching all the way. Okay, and now what we're going to see is we're going to see where our contacts are. And we can go ahead and just cool this down with a little air because we don't want that to change. Now you can kind of see where the indentations are, okay? And we can also see where we need to add acrylic. Okay.
Yep. It's barely not touching.
So probably, we're going to need to add from the cuspid here, number 22, around to, we've got a little bit of a dot on all the, slight indentation on all the bis and all the posteriors. So we really just need to add pretty much from 6 to 11, okay? Now what I can do is I can open up.
Can you hit it a little more? Or is it too open?
Well, I could close it a little bit more if I wanted to, but she happens to have a molar back here that's kind of up in the air. So look what happens when I go into protrusive, meaning I slide forward. You see how she guides on that tooth back there?
Yeah.
So if I close her any more, now I'm going to have to open the ramp up more in the front so that when she slides forward, she doesn't hit on that tooth. So you might want to go through a little bit of a trial. Go through protrusive and see. See how she's hitting back there?
Yes.
So even with that, I know I've got to open her up enough so that she doesn't hit on that when she guides. Here you can see I'm only guiding on the back, so that's going to be my purpose for going ahead and adding acrylic in the front. And it'll give me a little bit of an idea, kind of the thickness. See how she's hitting here? But she tends to have kind of a deep bite, you know? So if they're really a deep bite, you're going to have to open up, possibly a little bit more. You just got to work with that. So now what we're going to do is this. We're going to air braid this real quick. So I'm just going to take this off the articulator, and I got a little sandblaster over here. And all we're going to do is turn on our vacuum here, turn on our air abrasion. What you can see in here. I'm going to go in, and I'm going to take my little sandblaster, and all I want to do is I just want to frost up the part where I'm going to add to. So I'm going to sandblast all this front area right here. Real good, where I'm going to add acrylic. kind of a little bit across the front.
Okay, what if you don't have a sandblaster?
If you don't have a sandblaster, you can take a burr and just roughen it up a little bit. Okay. You can roughen it up a little bit with a burr, and that'll do the same thing. You just want to add a little surface texture. Okay, now we're just going to clean this off with a little alcohol. Make sure we get all the sand off of it. Rinse it off real good if you want.
The same burr that you use to take the excess off will work? The metal burr that you use for...
Yeah, or that stone.
Oh, okay, that stone.
Rinse this
That'll
off
work.
just 'cause it's